The condo market in the Greater Toronto Area has arguably been one of the worst markets to experience in the last 4 years. One bedrooms in Toronto and Vancouver have touched $26.20 per month and $29.88 respectively, which is so hard to wrap your head around. Keep in mind that these are for very basic units, right? If you add parking onto the space, or if the building is beautiful with great amenities like this unit here, then these factors will heavily influence higher rental prices for these units. From a bird's eye view, there have been a total of 1,184 units that have been leased out in the last 14 days or from the start of the month here in September 2023 for the Greater Toronto Area real estate rental market. Now, this number is for strictly condos that have been rented out, and we're going to be excluding the freehold property asset class, so even more with those included, but for the purposes of this video, again, we did not include those. And now the bulk of these transactions across Toronto have occurred in the C area code, which stands for Central Toronto, obviously, followed by the West, and then the East had the lowest level of activity, but that makes total sense when you think about it because there are fewer high-rise buildings in that part of the city. But the craziest part about this whole entire thing is the fact that young people right now who are engineers and lawyers have worked with both of these types of clients recently, and these are the types of people who are struggling or having a tough time entering the rental space here in the Greater Toronto Area right now, right? So that just paints a picture of how difficult things are right now. The Greater Toronto Area and the Greater Vancouver Area aren't the only ones with really expensive rental scenes. The average rental rate across the country of Canada rang in just above $2,100 per month at $2,117. The majority of the markets have experienced an increase of around $100, give or take, to that average rental rate from May to August. And this increase is strictly due to the very limited supply of rental units that we have in our country. And this is actually driving some international students. I'm not sure if anybody saw these stories across social media, but it's driving some students in North Bay to camp outside in tents as their living arrangements, right? So that is how bad things have gotten. While the college has since found affordable rental options for these students off campus, I really want to emphasize that point there. Off campus living arrangements, families are paying a lot of money in tuition and boarding fees that are now having their classes being transferred online because they cannot live on campus. So that just goes to show you how big of a problem we have from the very top down. And it's because we have encouragement from our government to have immigration and international students entering our country at these increased levels with absolutely nowhere for them to go. It is a really heartbreaking thing to see, and I can't imagine if you were a parent of one of these students in this situation. Much like the rest of the year, and quite frankly the last 12 months, studio apartments and purpose-built rentals and condos saw the greatest month-over-month increase at 1.9% for August, bringing that average to around $2,050, so pretty firm above the $2,000 mark now, and that's for not being able to have an actual bedroom, right? If we date back a year, that number or jump is a lot more drastic at 12.8%. Which city in Canada experienced the most rent growth? The answer to that question is Calgary, with a jump of 17.3% to $2,068. I have a good buddy out there that every so often tries to convince me to pick up shop and move over there, but it's popping and the rental prices are there to back it up. So to my boy, I hope that you are locked in at a good rate. The other cities that made the top 5 rent growth list was Montreal at 16.4%, Edmonton in third place at 13.9%, Ottawa at 11.9%, Toronto at 8.7%, and Vancouver coming in at 7.3%. And keep in mind that these figures are for year over year. There you have it. There is your rental real estate market update for the last month and a half or so. If you want to know how you can prepare yourself as a tenant if you're looking to move here in the near future, please feel free to shoot me a message and I'll make sure that we can connect. I hope you're all continuing to do well here at the end of the summer and are in comfortable living situations first and foremost. Until next time, peace.